Hey guys, so it's time for another monthly favourites and it feels like forever since I filmed my last one. I'm pretty sure I did a December favourites. I must have done, but January just went on forever. I don't know if any of you guys felt like that, but it was just the longest month. I was really miserable for most of the month. I find January really difficult. I always have done, well, not always, but for the last few years for sure. I really love Christmas and I love that time of year, and I find going back to January and nobody has any money, including me. Everybody, like, the weather's just rubbish and it's cold and like everybody's just so happy and festive in December, and then it all goes away and it's like the magic has gone and you're just left with this dreary month that drags on forever. And this is the first January where I've actually had a full-time job. So I had uni, and then my first January I actually quit my full-time job on, I think it was actually on Blue Monday. I didn't know it was Blue Monday at the time, but it was. So it's probably like the second week of January, and I just quit it and I didn't go back to work for 6 months because my mental health was awful. And then last year I was working in a restaurant, but because January is basically nobody has any money, so nobody goes out for meals, so my shifts went down massively and I was working part-time anyway, so it was a lot easier for me to handle because I wasn't at work all the time. But this year I was working a full-time job and I just found it really quite a struggle. Towards the end of January I went to see my sister in Plymouth, and we went charity shop shopping, and we went and ate in some cute cafes, and we did lots of baking, and it was basically just a really nice kind of getaway. I had a few days off of work for it, which was lovely, and when I went back to work I found it really hard, so I'm just kind of, I was on Monday I was at my sister's, and then Tuesday to Friday I was at work, and it's Saturday today. So yeah, I just felt really just down all week. I didn't have the motivation to do anything. I wrote a blog post on Friday, but that was the first one I've written since Sunday, which I usually post every day or every other day, so that was kind of weird for me. And yeah, I just wasn't really myself, so I'm hoping that the next month is going to be better. I don't really have much to be excited for in February. I'm quite glad that it's a short month. I don't know if me and my partner are going to do anything for Valentine's Day. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But yeah, hopefully it's a better month, and I'm going to share my favourites with you now because I've kind of gone on a depressive rant for long enough. So my first favourite is, it's going to be this. It is this. It's the Afterglow Urban Decay Highlighter Palette, and I've tried to keep it really clean, and I didn't put it in my makeup bag for ages to keep it clean, but I put it in and now it's covered in eyebrow wax or powder. It's just so pretty. I'll show it to you guys. So it's got 4 highlight shades. There's Bliss, Peroxide, Not Safe for Work or NSFW, and Side Piece. So this is Bliss. It's like a shimmery kind of very pale gold. Then we've got Peroxide, which is a pinky purple shade. NSFW, which is a more coppery gold, and Side Piece, which is, yeah, this is more copper, the NSFW, and Side Piece is more actual gold. So that's the 4. I don't know how well you can see that. But yeah, they're really shimmery. I don't really see a point in a highlight that isn't like glittery, in my opinion, so I really love these. It comes with a mirror as well, and I just think the packaging is really nice. It's just so good for Instagram. And I got it for Christmas from my sister. It closes with kind of a like magnetic kind of click, and it has the little Urban Decay symbol on the edge. Another beauty bit that I've been absolutely loving is this Blow Dry in a Bottle by Umberto Giannini. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but it's basically a big shiny blowout spray that you put on before you dry your hair, and it's just given my hair so much volume, and really it smells amazing as well. It's helped it to kind of dry less frizzly. It's got oil in and heat protection, and it's to give your hair volume, shine and a smooth finish, and I really struggle with having loads of kind of frizzy baby hairs, and that really helps keep them under control. It's my favourite thing that I found in so long to use on my hair. I usually use the John Frieda like serum, I don't remember what it's called. It's like 6-in-1 serum that for your hair, and it's purple but I can't remember what it's called, and I've been using that for years and years and years and have sworn by it, but this I absolutely love. And then I've got Grease Lightning, which is a spot treatment from Lush. I've never seen this before, but I went in just after Christmas, after the sales. I think there were still a few bits on sale, but this wasn't. And yeah, it's basically, I thought it was a spray because it's got a nozzle, but it's more of a gel that you put on your finger and then you rub on your spots. I've got quite a few big spots at the moment, and I have done for quite a while, but with this, it basically, whereas before, if I had a spot, it would take quite a while to clear up. It would be probably a week if it was a big spot, maybe more, and this is actually bringing it down within a couple of days. It dries the spot out as well, so it's kind of like less greasy, and yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's got like tea tree and witch hazel and lavender in, thyme and rosemary. It's got loads of like things that are actually really, really good for reducing spots naturally, and yeah, it's got aloe vera gel in, so it's quite soothing as well, and I've kind of noticed that it makes my spots less red, as well as clearing them up more quickly, and they're a bit less painful as well. The only thing is it kind of like leaves a little bit of a film on your skin, so I have to be quite careful that my makeup doesn't cling to that and make it look like I've got a dry patch, which it probably does now, now that I've mentioned it. Right, this is kind of a it is a non-beauty favourite. It's a big hooded throw from Primark. I'm just trying to find the hood. Yeah, so it's a big thumper hooded throw. Look how cute that is, and it's got little thumpers all over it. I've been using this in the background of my blog photos, and it's just a really nice kind of pale background to have that isn't completely white and boring. And yeah, it's really warm and it's really snuggly. It's kind of like a dressing gown and a blanket all rolled into one, and I've been loving kind of padding around the house. It's got these little mittens on it as well, that look like that. And yeah, basically it was £6 in Primark, I think. I've seen them. I got it for Christmas, and yeah, it's just really nice and warm and cozy to sit in on a horrible January evening. I can't even explain how many times this camera has cut out on me since I've been trying to film this one video. One of my memory cards keeps just, I don't know, having a breakdown and refusing to work, and the other one that I tried then got full 2 minutes into filming. I don't even think it was 2 minutes, I'm so angry. So if the lights changed a little bit, it's because I had to go, delete loads of stuff off it, or move it onto my laptop, and then delete stuff off of it, and then come back, and basically I need some new memory cards, but we'll deal with that on another day. So, Mary Berry, I love her. I got her book for Christmas, well, a book of hers. I think I googled it and she's got like over 80 books or something. So it's called Cook Now, Eat Later, Recipes That Make Your Life Easier, and it's all about recipes that you can prep a couple of days in advance and freeze bits, or basically so that when you have time you can cook, and then when you don't have time you can actually have a like really healthy meal ready that you've made from scratch. I've got quite a few recipes bookmarked, and yeah, it's just kind of encouraged me to make some things that I wouldn't normally make. So I made a stir fry with like baby corns and mange tout and chicken, and it was really, really tasty. And I've made some duck breast things, and yeah, I really want to make, there's these like treacle sponge puddings in here that I think I'm going to make in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, it's basically just been helping me branch out with different recipes, and I've been loving it. And the final thing in my favourites is something that I don't have because I actually gave it to a friend, and it's a book called Remember This When You're Sad. I got sent it to read for my blog, but I wasn't asked to talk about it on here or anything like that, and it's a mental health book, and it goes through different chapters related to the body. So there's a chapter on the gut, which is all about like feeling like just shit about yourself. There's a chapter on the skin which is all about self-harm. There's a chapter on the heart about love, and it just goes through different parts of your body and talks about things that you can do when you're in situations that are triggering, situations that can impact your eating disorder or your anxiety or anything like that. And I found it a lot more useful than any other mental health book that I've ever read. A lot of them have been very prescriptive and have said kind of like, this is the style of life you should lead to get better, and I just find that kind of, it makes me feel guilty for not leading that style of life, because it's almost saying like, yeah, if you don't live that way, then it's your fault that you've got mental health problems. And I know they're not meant to do that, but that's how they make me feel. Whereas this, so for example, it had a massive 2.5-page list of things that you could do if you felt like self-harming but didn't want to. And it wasn't just one solution, and there was an understanding that none of those things might help you. And even though that sounds quite depressing, it was actually really enlightening, and I came away feeling as though I'd learnt a lot about myself and learnt a lot of, it kind of made me feel more positive. There's a big quote at the end, it says, "Big girls don't cry, they fucking howl and wail and weep," and all these words, and it was like, you're not weird and you're not alone, and that's kind of the vibe I got throughout the book. So yeah, I'll link that below because it's really, really worth a read. So this is the end of my really disjointed January favourites. I'm not sure how well that's going to come across, and if it's really disjointed, I'm sorry, but I hope you liked the video, and please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you again soon. Bye!